welcome back, everybody. This is SPX 2023. I had to double check the year in my head.
You gotta know the year, buddy.
But it is indeed.
If you don't know the year, we can't do any of this.
No, this is.
I gotta call urgent care.
We'll find out.
What's your name?
I'm Rusty.
I'm Joe.
Oh, check you out.
Yep.
All right.
And with us today we have.
This is Curt Merlo right here.
Yeah.
J.R. Hughto.
Oh man, guys, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks
for
now
having
we've
us.
talked. Now you guys are in the gang.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So welcome.
Thank you
Welcome
for
to the
having
friendship
us.
gang.
There's just a few dues, but we'll talk about that after the fact.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's no big deal.
All right.
In the meantime, why don't we talk about comics? Apparently, rumor has it you guys make comics.
Yeah, we are. We made a comic last year called That Doesn't Fire. He's the writer. I'm the artist.
Okay.
And yeah, we're here. We're really excited because we've been nominated for an Ignatz. So
Sure.
we'll see
Congratulations.
what happens. Cross your fingers.
That is exciting.
Yeah, really exciting. Yeah, we're stoked.
There's not many of those nominees out there.
No, there's not. It's only a handful of people, but it's good. It's a good group to be a part of for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Was that your first year at SPX last year?
No, actually, this is our first year.
Oh,
What?
Yeah,
wow.
we have never been before.
What?
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Just
Yeah.
rolling
I don't
in with
believe
Ignatz
you.
Rolling in.
nomination.
Yeah. Just
Like, what's
rolling
up?
in.
Oh, what's up? Oh, sorry, we're here for our first year and we're nominated?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you applied to be here before the nomination.
Well, so we were shocked. We had talked about coming. This man's about to be a dad.
Oh,
so we were
double congratulations.
We were kind of like maybe now's not exactly the right time.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, but we still have to submit to Ignatz no matter what, right? And then 4 weeks ago we found out we were nominated, and then it was like all hands on deck to figure out how to get here. So
wow.
And we made it
you know,
happen. And there's a thunderstorm yesterday, but we still made it somehow.
and
Yeah.
technically you're supposed to be having a baby shower right now.
Yeah.
literally
Oh, wow.
today.
Yeah,
at
literally
this
right
exact
now,
moment.
but
yeah.
Ignatz,
California.
SPX.
Oh, that was the other thing I was going to ask. Like, how far did you come? So
Yeah, California.
all the way.
So yeah, it was an
Yeah.
all-day trip yesterday.
When is the baby due?
November 4th.
Do you think that the baby's going to feel bad that its birth was overshadowed by an Ignatz nomination? Because I know they're both good, but obviously one's better.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe I'll have to. Yeah, I mean,
You don't have to tell the tyke that you chose SPX over the baby shower
They don't
yet.
have
I
to
hate
know.
to break it to you.
Yeah.
This is being recorded.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah, and it's going to be on the internet where most people can
I
find
thought this
it.
was just gang inside talk.
No.
Oh, okay.
But you know
It's
what?
an inside job. You've
Right.
been exposed.
It's YouTube. There's
Fair.
parental controls. You'll be okay. Just
Okay.
block
Yeah.
this video from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just block it from babies who
Block-
don't know
no
anything.
babies.
No babies allowed.
All right, guys.
Let's keep that as a general.
The baby
rule.
has to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby.
yeah.
Sorry, baby. We want to watch a YouTube
We're gonna
video.
watch a video.
Please excuse yourself. So, what's your comic about? What's it like?
It's a near future sci-fi.
Yeah.
And it's about a couple that gets they get kind of swept up in a revolution, right? In a rural revolution in the
Yeah.
near future, and yeah, it's pretty exciting. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's kind of something you have to experience.
It's
But that's
I mean, I think we've been trying to call it like a sci-fi folk song because it's it's rural, but we really wanted to depict something. I think like most sci-fi takes place in space or takes place in cities, and this you wanted to make it feel really lived in. Like we got there organically, so there's lots of old technology, and new grafted on at the same time. And it is, in terms of the revolution, it's very much pro-union. It's, these engineers move back in with their parents and then get caught up in this union, march that obviously is opposed, right? As we're seeing, it's a hot union summer, so we're all on board with the union
Very
train.
topical.
So, yeah. And some things go great, some things not so much. So yeah,
Such is life.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you say it's like in a science fiction set. It's in the future.
Yeah, it's maybe like 15 years from now. America's only made bad choices in the next 15 years.
Why change
It's
now?
not really relatable, right? Oh yeah, right, yeah.
I mean,
Torn from
guys,
headlines.
we're crushing it so far. We have an unbeatable streak.
Yeah.
You don't lay down at that point.
No,
Right,
no.
Full
right.
speed ahead.
Well, I was asking because you mentioned how there's like basically some older technology
Yeah.
mixed in with the future. So it's like it's not a completely alien world to the reader.
That's
right.
There's still something kind of to hold on to.
Yeah, there's old Ford trucks from the 80s,
Nice.
as well as like medical devices that can tell you exactly what's going on with your body. It's
Oh,
kind
wow.
of like a mix.
Now, if you could get one of those for the Ford truck, that would
Yeah.
save a lot of money.
Yeah,
Indeed. Well, you kind of grafted on some part, not on the Ford truck, but there's a couple trucks that have some additional technology that
like some solar panels
Yeah,
on cars
little
that
light,
are from
yeah.
the 80s and stuff
Right,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like part of the fun might be in coming up with this near future technology, because it's not so far afield that you're like, this teleports food into your mouth. So it's like, how do you come up with a halfway point?
Well, there's also, I mean, there's a lot of farming in it too, as you might expect in the, because that's one of the things that's going on in the background. And one of the things that's really interesting is doing the research to figure out things that look sci-fi but actually exist. So like irrigation systems that, that are about rain capture and reuse, for gray water technology and things like that. Like those are things that people are using actively, but we're not really aware of them. And when you see them, they look like they're sci-fi, but they actually are contemporary. So it's all that kind of mix of like how are we getting there, right?
Have you indulged yourself in fixing anything that bothers you about the modern day life? It's like, in this future, like you don't have to worry about this thing anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think you got to worry about everything in our book, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think our book was more about breaking things and seeing how much we can break them.
Like spirits?
What's that? Spirits. Yeah, exactly. Spirits. Exactly.
There's no graft on for spirits. Like
no, we are breaking all spirits. Yeah.
We try to have. There's some hope in there, but it's
It's still just a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, worrying all the time is a lot. Thanks, guys. So how long have you been working on the comic?
Oh, it's been a while. I mean, he had it for 3 years, and then he passed it to me, and then I did the art for about 3 years. So it was a big chunk of time in the end. Yeah. But and it was we weren't. Neither of us were doing it full time. I do editorial art on the side, so it's like commercial art during the day, and then doing comics at night. And so it was kind of like a while. Yeah, it took a while. And comics take a long time.
Yeah,
That's the bottom line.
Apparently they're hard.
They're very
They are
hard.
not easy.
No. They're not easy.
And I guess that makes them worthwhile. I don't know, or satisfying. I don't get it.
Yes,
Not always. No, I'm just kidding. Always. Always.
Yeah.
Did you have any times where, because it was taking so long to get through, that it was hard to kind of sink your teeth into it? Because you've been dealing with, the same story or same setting for maybe 2-3 months at this point.
Yeah.
And you're like, I still haven't finished the part where the barn is in, and I gotta keep drawing this goddamn barn for another month.
Yeah, I think that's the challenging thing about comics is like you're literally creating a world, and so like you have to live in that world. So, I mean, it's nice to make it a world that's enjoyable to create, but there's definitely things of like, as I'm drawing them, it's figuring them out as they go, and so like the characters sort of change over time as I like get better and adapt. So you could, I don't know if this is good, but you could see like, oh, this was the beginning of the book because the character's drawn this way, and then the end is drawn totally different. So, I mean, not totally different, you could tell, but
you can tell.
Well, everybody has mustaches by the end, that's what you're saying.
Right, yeah.
Totally different, they got mustaches.
Future mustaches.
Yeah, everyone has a mustache by the end.
It's kind of like the mustaches of today, but a little bit fancier, a little shinier.
Like mustaches in 15 years. Like,
oh my God, can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
I guess you did. Oh my gosh.
We did.
They're shiny. I mean, spoiler, but they're
is the story complete? Has it been finished?
It's like there could be a second volume, but right now it's like a full.
It is,
thing.
It's a complete story. But yes, I agree. There's certainly things that we could pick up on should we want to revisit this world, these characters, etc. But it does have a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Most things should.
Yeah.
Like if you see a worm without one of those three, you're like, what's going on here?
Oh, that would be weird.
Without a middle, it'd probably be 2 worms.
Oh my God.
That totally throws it off.
Wow, that's why you are coming up with these ideas.
Yeah.
That's a future worm.
Yeah, what are future worms? 2 worms.
2 worms.
Yes.
So are you guys planning to work on something together in the future?
We are currently working on something. Yeah.
Yes.
I was wondering if you missed the grind a bit.
It's a grind. Yeah. I mean, there's always, it's kind of like you it's torture while you're going through it.
Of course.
Then you end it, and then you can't wait to start again.
Yeah.
And I
was
don't know
just
why.
talking with this yesterday.
I just had that conversation.
I came up with this idea. I got a flyer in the mail from the Hallmark Channel. It's a few years ago, and it's like, look at all of our wonderful Christmas movies we're going to air this year. And this was like in September. And it's not that they looked bad, I just couldn't believe how many there were.
Yeah, there's like 60 of them.
Oh,
and
wow.
They're all the
it
same.
just kind of inspired this idea. So ultimately I did a project where I watched a Christmas movie every day for 2 months.
Oh,
And I did a podcast about each one.
Amazing.
It's called Joe Watches 60 Christmas Movies in 60 Days.
That's amazing.
And
how did it go?
Oh, it was terrible. It was the dissolution of my soul.
Yes. And he's done it more than one
Well,
year.
that's the thing. Here's what happens.
So just
you
like
get
you were
through it.
describing.
So I start 2 months ahead of
Yeah.
Christmas. October 27th. The date is burned into my head.
Yeah.
I know when the first day is.
Yeah.
Then you count down 60. And every day, watch a movie, got to record a podcast, got to edit the podcast, got to post the pod. So like by
That's
November 3rd, well, that's only a weekend. So I guess by
Yeah.
December 3rd,
December 3rd,
it's
for sure.
terrible.
I
Yeah.
could imagine.
It's the worst thing. And
He's
you're
like,
like,
why
how
did I
many
do
weeks
this?
left?
yeah.
But then come around March,
Yeah.
you're kind of missing that because it's so satisfying
I
once you're
could
through
imagine.
it.
Yeah.
It's this challenge that is doable
Yeah.
and accomplishable, but it's hard, and you get so much satisfaction and relief
Yeah.
from tackling it, and then you miss that.
Right.
And I'm assuming it's like the same thing that people run marathons, why they would do
Yeah.
that again. Because it's the worst thing ever,
It
but
is.
also it made me feel great.
But then you're like, I was able to do the worst thing
Yeah.
ever.
And so I think it may be kind of like what the comic, making the comic is like.
You don't grow from easy things, right? Like it's the
Oh,
hard
look
things.
at this.
T-shirt.
Wow.
Put that on a
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Future wisdom. Wow.
Yeah, it's like, well, but it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the grindy stuff that's hard. Yeah, I mean that makes you grow. Yeah,
Well, no, that is absolutely true.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
If you don't
Like
have
Christmas,
anything that,
watching Christmas movies is how you grow. You know, actually, how many good Christmas movies are there? I would imagine there's only like 10 or 15, maybe.
so I've watched 180 of them in the last 3 years.
Wow.
And for the most part, they're inoffensive droll. They just kind of wash over you.
Right.
And that's generally fine.
Yeah, right.
But then that becomes like the same paste you're eating every day.
right.
Yeah.
So then you want something that,
becomes-
you're like, how did they afford to make this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did they sell a
right.
truck, a Ford truck from the future? No. No, I don't know what
They
they.
should've.
There was one movie with Alec Baldwin, one of his brothers, and it looks like it was made with
my
I don't
God.
know, a point and shoot camera.
Wow.
Just it was terrible.
Was that the one where
So-
they had bad CG on a gravestone?
Yes, that
It
was.
like
I forgot about
they had
that.
a gravestone and they like photoshopped
And
his
so that
name onto
movie
it.
is like exhausting because I'm all in.
Right.
Like this is the worst. The lighting is impossible in times.
What
do you
was
do?
the name?
I don't know.
Okay,
I've
I'll have
watched
to look it up.
180 Christmas movies.
We'll see if
So-
we can find it. We'll pop it in on the video.
When,
Yeah.
you, when you get to 180, are you like? I need to know all of the controversial. Is it a Christmas movie or not? Die Hard, for instance, right?
Yeah, so here's the thing.
You know, are you? What side do you fall on there?
I mean, it depends on what you define as a Christmas movie. Is it a movie wherein Christmas occurs? Then yes.
Yeah.
Is it a movie where like the Christmas is the driving force? Like I have to get home for Christmas, or they're gonna fuck my farm over by Christmas, or whatever. Like then I to me that's the real Christmas movie, and I've been duped. I have been duped.
Yeah,
I've
been
started a
duped.
movie and it's barely about Christmas, and I get so mad.
So
But I'm not stopping it. I'm 45 minutes in.
Yeah.
this last season, I joined in for 6 episodes with him.
Okay.
Oh, it was so
Yeah.
much nicer.
And we did 6 Silent Nights where they were all movies named Silent Night.
Or some
Or a
variation
variation of
thereof.
that. And one of them was Silent Night, Deadly Night, and it was a
I was gonna say that sounds like a horror name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a zombie movie, and it had shit all to do with Christmas. It was
I mean, they had a Christmas
They had a
tree in the
Christmas tree,
scene.
and that was
This
it.
one house was covered in Christmas lights, and that's it.
there's
Oh,
no
man.
no plot point whatsoever.
We gotta watch this.
Well, see, now I need to go back and think about like this. And Gremlins is a Christmas movie, right?
I
Or
mean,
is
I
it?
think
Or
that
is
is a
it?
big
Yeah.
component of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like the gift the
And you have
buying
the
a gift
story about Phoebe Cates' dad that's
That's-
tied intrinsically to Christmas.
traumatized
That's
me
true.
as a child. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you afraid you were going to die that way too?
Or somebody close to me, maybe. I
Oh,
don't know.
who?
Maybe,
Not me, right?
Maybe Phoebe Cates' dad. I don't
Oh,
know.
you were close with him
I love
before he
that guy.
passed.
Yeah.
That was sad. You lost somebody close.
It ruined me.
Anyway, so thanks for talking about my podcast. I really appreciate
Yes.
it.
Oh, this is. I can't wait to listen.
Now
to all
say,
60.
let's say, and I know there's going to be someone wants to know more about your comic.
Yeah.
How can they find out more?
Well, they can go to the website. There's a website. I don't know if you guys have heard of websites.
Whoa.
No,
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
can afford one of those?
we'll look into
It's
it.
again,
On
it's
a
a future
comic
technology.
salary?
15 years in the future thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's that distant
There's
fire.
4 W's now.
Now.
You can
Before,
you can look
yes.
it up on Goggle
On Goggle?
in the future. Yeah.
Oh, love
Goggle, yeah, it's Goggle. But yeah, thatdistantfire.com is the
Excellent.
place to
Yeah.
find more info.
And you can actually read the book for free there online. Obviously, we also have the published books here today.
Do you guys
they're
add
online
anything
also.
extra to the printed books, like extra smells or
Yeah,
something?
there's lots of extras in the book. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And it's also the book is, I mean, Curt did such a beautiful job. The way when you see it as a physical thing, it's the layout. It really reflects on itself. There's so many things that I think open up when it's physical. That said, we also want to make sure that people can read the book. So.
Yeah.
Have you had anybody that had read it digitally and then bought a physical copy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's so funny how that works, because you think
Yeah.
they've already experienced it and they
Right.
got away scot-free.
Right.
Why are they bothering with this? But
Yeah.
True love for comics, I
just wanna
suppose.
support.
It always comes back to
I've
that.
done
right?
it. I've done it. We've all done it. Maybe not all of us, but I've
well,
done
yeah,
it.
all of us have done it, but maybe not all of us. I got you,
not all
buddy.
of us.
You know,
All of us have done it, but not all of us.
Not all
Right,
of
of
us,
course. I mean, that only makes sense.
in the
It
future,
does.
all of us is maybe not all of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, in the future, there's less of us.
Is that
Yeah.
True.
There's a lot less
It's
of
so
us.
much easier to be all of us in the future.
Yeah,
Guys, before we let you go, I have to ask, would you like to answer a mystery question?
of course.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring the machine
Yes.
All right.
Here's the mystery
in.
machine.
Mystery machine of
questions.
mystery questions. Let's do it.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
All right,
So
guys.
you're gonna need a quarter.
In order
Oh.
to purchase your question, you gotta use the big quarter truck. But there's only one quarter in the quarter truck, so we gotta go to the backup. This is the little quarter truck.
Quarter truck.
Oh my goodness.
It's returning from its duties last year.
I think this was the truck we used
Yeah,
in our
it's
in our
pretty
book.
close.
This
It's
is
pretty
like the
close.
Ford-
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
if I
so
could get a
We
cut
got the
of
extended
those.
cab in the
Wait,
book.
what's
yeah.
this for?
Oh,
That's
there's
the little quarter. It's the big quarter.
that's
There's
the
a quarter
primary
inside.
quarter. Oh wait, there wasn't. Did we not?
There's
refill
no
it?
There
quarters
was
in
a
there.
quarter in there.
What the?
Guys, I ripped you off.
This
Look,
is-
big quarter truck. What are you doing
This
to
is from
me?
the future. There was no
Oh,
quarter.
no.
Yeah.
right,
So I
here we
put
go.
this in here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crank
So
it
you
on
want to
over.
twist?
Sure,
Yeah,
I'll
you
twist.
Yeah, you twist.
I'm not. Am I twisting the wrong way here?
Yeah, I go. Yeah.
There you go.
Crushing
All
it.
right,
In the
so-
future, they go the other way.
Well,
Yeah, that's right,
Understandable. Easy mistake.
I can't even open it. I'm gonna move this guy for a second
And,
so I can even see what the
since
thing
both
is.
you guys came in,
Yeah,
go
you
ahead.
each get a
I can
question.
each get one.
Each get
Oh,
one, yeah.
fair enough. I'll put mine in. Yeah, I'll get mine ready.
Excellent.
All right.
Let's see what question. What's your question?
My question is, booze or snooze?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not really sure what it's asking, but I think I would honestly right now snooze because I have the kid on the way and I don't know when I'm gonna get to snooze.
Take
in the
advantage
future.
while you can.
Yeah,
I mean, you
exactly.
can interpret this question in so many ways. That's why it's frustrating.
Okay, yeah.
And
Well,
so, like, maybe
how
you
would
mean like,
interpret that?
would you like to jeer negatively at something or take a nap?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
right.
yeah.
Or it could have been that one of us that those words rhyme.
Yeah.
Let's just make a dumb question like that.
Yes.
Am I supposed to rap now because of this?
I mean,
Whoa.
you're not supposed to. You
Right.
have to.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I mean-
I can't. I just.
Okay,
refuse.
fine.
I mean,
It's too much.
I feel a little let down that you're not rapping.
I don't know.
That's okay.
In 15 years in the future, I will rap.
Oh man,
There
I
we
can't
go.
wait for
Yeah.
that.
That video's coming in 15 years.
And
though.
what's
Be
your
ready.
question?
Mine is peanut butter or shoes. The thing is, I don't think peanut butter makes great shoes, or it really makes great shoes for maybe like 2 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
And then
but does
after the-
shoes make good peanut butter?
You know, that's a better question. That's a better question.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
gonna-
you have to choose. You think this is our first mystery question? No.
No, apparently it isn't.
And
I mean,
decade-
you've done 60 a day
A
for
decade
reading up to
plus.
Christmas.
Oh God, don't even start.
Oh,
Right?
God.
So
And now between these questions, we had shoes, booze, or booze.
Shoes, booze, or snooze?
Or snooze, wow.
So what is your choice, peanut butter or shoes?
I'm gonna go shoes.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
go shoes. I stand all
smart.
day.
Peanut butter's
I stand
crying in
all
the
day.
corner.
I love peanut butter, but shoes allow me to work.
That's,
Yeah.
that's a quality of life issue.
You
a
know what?
quality
You,
place.
you,
Yeah.
you can't get peanut butter without shoes, and you can have shoes without peanut butter.
Oh. That's
I
so
kind of
true.
lost what I was saying there, so I just went with
You
it.
just did the other one too.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
why
good.
not,
I just
right?
did the other
Yeah.
one.
Say
Oh, it
all the
works.
things and it works. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank
Yes,
you
you
guys.
too.
Yeah,
Good luck
appreciate
at the
you guys.
Ignats. I hope that regardless
you.
of what happens, you have a good time.
We will.
We're already
we are-
winners.
we're already
In our
And I
winners.
hope you enjoy the rest of your stay. And I hope your kid understands.
I hope so too.
Yes.
Let's not tell her.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not
sorry,
totally-
sorry, out of the room.
Yeah, out of the room. Thank you guys. This
Thank
is
you.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun.